To the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Fields. Lets it fly for Thielen. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Rodgers now on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do, but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass, because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
On first down, Fields. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Running out of the gun with ETN. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Fields now to throw. Being chased out left. That is caught by Thielen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Quez Watkins, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. That one caught downfield. It's Hooper. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, 26. 26. 50.
Throwing is Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good possession, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw going to be caught by Davis. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete. It's Collins. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Gabriel Davis from 10 yards out. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
Igbinoghene elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Desmond King back deep. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Yeah, that'll cross midfield here, not by much. Out of bounds just on the other side of the 50.
48-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From the 44, Rodgers. Going for Jefferson downfield. Touchdown Raiders. Van Jefferson, 44 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, it's Fields. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. To about the 26 here. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And it'll be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields on first down. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Fields throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with ETN. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Now it's Fields. He'll drop this down to Jackson. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. The kick by Parkey is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Go to 50, and you jump out. Hey, 88, 88.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Solid stiff arm. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Stephen Weatherly in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So we're in halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And again, it's Chubb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's good.
Now Chubb running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
He's into the secondary. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, 30 yards. And the Ravens take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Parkey with the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all.
At 17.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers going to throw. It's caught by Hooper. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
Dancing to his left. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about In your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap, Fields. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He's got a man, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each edition.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Desmond King picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Touchdown Raiders. Gabriel Davis with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Off play action, Fields. That's got to be caught by Pitts. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Hundley. This will be his first throw off the bench. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. And Woods has it complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got a man. Complete. 30. 10. 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And this is caught by Watkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Again, Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing on third down, Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on fourth down. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Second and 7. A give running right is Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, first and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
To throw on second and 10, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Chubb on the counter. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jimmy Moreland. He's at the 50. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Here we go on 4th down. Fields. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Etienne. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Travis Etienne punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 42-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Rodgers to throw. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw, Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Fields. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. All eyes on Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. On 4th down, Fields. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Raiders are moving on. Thanks for watching, everybody, and so long.